I'm here to interview one of the world's leading drag queens. She's been on television, she's had music released, she is absolutely everywhere. This lady is huge. Oi, what are you doing? Not her, it's our very own Ophelia B. Well, we're in the auditorium here, and the lady's name, well, it's up in lights, but I can't find her. Oh, there's an usherette here. Me lovely, have you seen? It's you. Hello, my darling.
Well, hello, young Peter. How are you?
Look at you, all glammed up. Now, your name's up there. Tell us all about this amazing show.
Well, it's an evening with Alaska, and we are going to have a ball, I tell you. It's rather than them coming on and doing a little slut drop, there's a different angle, and it's a full hour of Alaska. There's costume changes, singing live, audience participation. It's brilliant, and it's something different from the club kids.
But are you going to slut drop? Are we going to see you on that floor?
No, I'm going to drop, but maybe not a slut drop.
Now, you've worked with Club Kids for quite a long time now, and you've worked with a lot of the big RuPaul drag queens. Other than Alaska being your favourite, who have you worked with?
Oh, to name a few, and we had Latrice, she's large and in charge. Sasha Velour, absolutely amazing Sasha Velour, she was brilliant. Raja, we've had Raja. Lady Bunny, we've had loads, and I think Lady Bunny has to be one of my favourites.
I've known that Lady Bunny has been one of yours. What is it about her that you like?
Just her big hair, and I think going back 12 years ago when she came to the UK, I met her then, and I've been inspired by her. I absolutely adore her, and I just love the way she performs and how people respect her, and also because of Wigstock, I suppose, all them years ago in New York, and she was the founder of that.
Now, you've done a lot of drag over the years. Is this a different kind of audience that's coming along? I mean, has RuPaul's show broken down some barriers and got younger people involved, or the straight community?
Bit of both, I think. There's a lot of younger people coming, so wherefore you would have thought drag was just for people 18 plus. It's no longer that. We've got people 16 plus in here, so we have to be a bit careful. So you've still got to follow some rules and regs. You can still go a little bit, but not too far. And it's also, I think, that this audience tonight will have at least half of heterosexual people in, I would imagine. It's no longer just a gay thing, drag queens or people doing drag or performances. RuPaul has been responsible for all of that, which is brilliant. It's getting it out.
And is this like the next stage of drag, or calling it drag, is that quite wrong? Is this a different kind of art form? Because you've grown up with the Shirley Basses and you've seen some of the big, great drag queens of yesteryear, and now we've got the slut drops and the high kicks and the fierceness. Is this just how drag's going to grow and evolve, or is there still a place for the old, in inverted commas, drag and the new?
I think there's a place for both. I think the drag that I done is slowly sliding away. But if you go on holiday, it's there. People want the Shirley Bassey's, the Liza Minnelli's. They want to be entertained. They want to have fun and a bit of water squirted at them and things like that. So I think that is great. For the younger generation, they've got no idea about that. It's all about the look. It's about performance. It's about how to put a performance together. Using the word drag queen, I think it's also about a performer now.
Now, when are you going to be back on the radio, more importantly? Because this theatre tour is all very nice, but you've got millions of listeners waiting for you.
I know, my apologies, humble fans. I know, so on Saturday I'm in London. It just happens to be Pride, so I won't be in. I know, I was sorry. Oops. So if you see Richard, just apologise. Well,
I tell you what, I'm going to have a word with your gaffer who's taking you on tour, because like I say, your fans are begging for you, Ophelia. Okay. They're begging for you, but you've missed a spot, by the way. Now, the chap in charge of Club Kids and this amazing tour is Andrew Hoyle. Andrew, hi. Club Kids, tell us all about it. What's it all about?
Club Kids was basically just creating a space 5 years ago in Newcastle, creating a space for people to be themselves, get dressed up, be creative, bring some life to the gay scene. And that's how it started. And then RuPaul's Drag Race came to the screens and became popular, and that's why we jumped on the bandwagon of we need to get these queens to Newcastle.
So how do you get a RuPaul drag queen star to Newcastle?
Well, it wasn't easy, really. I had to send a few convincing emails and make a few phone calls and get a few people to get some information from me, but it was, the first one that we got into Newcastle was Latrice Royale. which she was already in the UK, so I found out who she was working with, who had booked her, and then basically wormed my way in, basically.
And how did it go down? Do you remember that first night? Was the sweaty palms from you backstage thinking, is this going to work?
It was picking her up from the airport, and I was like, "Hi, Latrice, welcome to Newcastle." And she has like 10 big bags. I had my small little, my Seat Ibiza car, and I was like, "This is not going to work." I had the panic. If I need to get a taxi in, she had 6 suitcases. Her and her husband was there. Manic.
But it was a good night.
It was a good night. We packed out the Boulevard first night.
And do you have to explain anything about the UK audiences? Because obviously they're massive in the States, they're big here, but is it a different kind of audience? Do they come backstage and say, well, I never knew that they'd respond in that way?
Every single queen from the RuPaul's Drag Race, when they come to the UK, always say the UK are the best crowds. They're the screamers, they're the shouters. They appreciate it more than... I think because they're from the US people kind of, they're in their country already, but bringing them all the way to the UK see the US drag queens as like bigger, more famous, because it's got a smaller chance of ever coming across them in the streets, because they're from obviously America.
And obviously you'll be watching RuPaul and thinking, I need to get that person over. What is it? Is it the winner that interests you, or is there something that you'll see and you'll think, that'll work for my audience?
No, it's not always the winner. It's always we like to find the nice ones, the ones that the fans can communicate with, the fans that can relate to them. Like Cameron Michaels has got a nice story she's going through at the minute, how she's an introvert and she keeps herself to herself and she's very quiet. We spoke about this on our social media, and the response from our fans was huge. People can relate to her, people can see themselves in Cameron Michaels. So we're bringing her over to the UK in January, because we think she fits in great with what we kind of try and bring to the shows.
And how far are you planning ahead? Because there always seems to be a new season every week that I switch on the television and everybody's getting excited. What big plans have you got for the next 6 months, 12 months?
Well, we have the Roast Battles, which is in November, which is planned, it's organised. We're coming to Newcastle at the Time Theatre again. That's got the host, Ross Matthews.
Fantastic.
Which is obviously a big step. Fifi O'Hara, because she's the nasty one. 4G4, because she likes to throw a bit of shade as well, so they'd be good for the roasting. Money Exchange, season 10, fan favourite, Miss Congeniality. Monique Hart, hilarious, stunning. And Ginger Minj and Bob the Drag Queen, because they are comedians. Yeah. Then we've got January, we've got Cameron Michaels, obviously, as we just discussed. And then in February, we're planning to do some kind of indoor festival, which is going to come to Newcastle, London, Cardiff and Manchester, which is currently being planned now, which is big planning.
So there's a lot to go through, you know. And as well, are you still doing like club nights and things, or is this now taking over your life?
This has taken over my life, but there's the odd DJ gig. So someone offered me a DJ job. I was DJ at Heaven in London 2 weeks ago. They offered me, I couldn't turn it down. Yeah. So there's odd little jobs like that I'll keep doing, but the main focus is Club Kids all the way, yeah. So
with Ophelia, she's up there. Are you going to get her to do a slut job? Because, you know, we've got to see it.
There's just...
I think that says it all, really, doesn't it?
Yeah, we talk about it, and she likes to think she can try it and get down with the kids, but her tights are too tight, I think. She's just...
I thought that was just a lot of blusher. She's there looking.
Auntie-o.
Hi, my name's Alaska, and we're celebrating Pride in Newcastle!
The main lady herself, the gorgeous Alaska, my darling. You're about to rock Newcastle. What do you think of UK audiences compared to American ones?
I love it because everyone is really polite. Like, I think you invented politeness in this country, right?
We did indeed.
Everyone is so polite and so nice, and like meeting the kids is so much fun. People get dressed up. I love it. It's amazing.
And what can we expect from your show tonight? A few surprises?
Drag, beauty, fashion, loveliness. I'm going to do lots of movements with my hot and flexible body.
Do you know you just described me on a Saturday night there?
Real, I bet.
Shall we do a duet together up there? Do you know Dolly and Kenny's Island in the Stream?
I do. Do you know Cry Me a River?
I do indeed.
All right, we'll do that one.
There you are. Yeah. Hear about it on Pride World Radio, my lovely. Well, there you go, an audience with Alaska. I've got my tickets, so I'm going to grab a seat. And if you want to grab this show, check the details at the bottom of the screen.